We're rightly proud of the beauty and bounty of our land and the fact that we can raise our families in healthy and safe environments and look forward to seeing our grandkids do the same. But the woman you're about to meet believes we can't take all this for granted. She's fighting to clean up the American dream. Hinckley, California is a speck of a town in the Mojave Desert, halfway between LA and nowhere. It's dusty and hot, but it's home to generations of folks for whom Hinckley represents something special about the American spirit, something captured in the film that won Julia Roberts an Oscar, playing Erin Brockovich.
My name is Erin, and I brought some information today.
It's about a town that pulled together to defend the community they cherished, led by Brockovich, bold and brassy.
What makes you think you can just walk in there and find what we need?
They're called boobs, Ed. This has just got to stop.
We met the real Erin Brockovich 15 years ago, reporting on the discontent in Hinckley and another small town called Kettleman.
PG&E began using the hexavalent chromium.
In those days, Brockovich was a file clerk who found herself piecing together the story of people like these who were sick and scared.
We've lost 3 or 4 uncles, aunts.
Whole families are dying of cancer.
And there were so many more. Brockovich ended up helping them make a case against their neighbor, the giant utility Pacific Gas and Electric, who they claimed had poisoned their water supply with a chemical California now recognizes as a carcinogen, chromium-6, and covered it up for decades. What the people who lived around here didn't know was that the water they were drinking... A few weeks after our story aired, PG&E settled with the Hinckley residents for $333 million, the largest such direct action lawsuit in history, though the company never acknowledged making anyone sick.
I'm mad as hell, and I'm not taking it anymore!
Brockovich has since become a passionate advocate for the idea that one of the most basic promises of the American dream is that we can all raise our kids in a healthy and safe place.
The thing that can make the difference will be you.
She's become an alarmist rabble-rouser to some, a folk hero to others. Now, she says, people email her by the tens of thousands.
That is fascinating.
To tell her about what they suspect are contamination issues all across America.
Each one of these green dots is a person reporting cancer in her neighborhood.
She's plotted 1,700 such sites on a map. She says she's now refining it with Google.
I believe that we have a huge problem with the water in America.
She says people come to her because they don't know where else to go.
Nobody really knows what we're going through. You do.
She meets with people like this all over the country, from places like Carson, California, to Duncan, Oklahoma, frequently tangling with corporate giants.
I'm Erin. We just talked to your mom.
Oh, yes, yes.
But ironically, the place that occupies much of Brockovich's time these days is the one that made her famous, Hinckley.
What are we doing back here?
I don't know.
I thought this was supposed to be fixed.
It was supposed to be fixed.
We were shocked to discover all these years later it never got fixed. In fact, the area of the contamination has grown, according to the local water board.
I mean, it's gone east, it's gone north, it's gone south.
Brockovich is working with the law firm of Girardi and Keyes on Hinckley and a wide range of other pollution cases. Their environmental investigator is Bob Bocock. He and Brockovich are in Hinckley doing their own water testing, which they say shows a pollution zone far beyond the PG&E map. He says PG&E's efforts at cleanup have fallen short.
Is it because they don't know how to fix it or because they don't have the will to fix it?
They don't have the will to fix it. And what they need to do is they need to go back to the source, extract it, and remove it from the environment.
I guess we all assume $333 million later, that was that.
I really felt that there was a victory and that we had made a difference. And to be here today and see that happening again, I can't sit here and tell you there's been a victory. There hasn't. Hurts deeply.
Consider the case of Roberta Walker.
Hi.
In the movie version, she was Donna Jansen, whose family had been devastated by disease.
It's just got to be different than what's in our water, because ours is okay. The guys from PG&E told me. They sat right in the kitchen and told me that it was fine.
I know.
As part of the settlement, PG&E bought her house and its contaminated well. With the money, she built a new house 4 miles down the road outside the original contamination zone.
I built a house, got my dream house.
But late last year, a cruel twist. According to the Water Board, the so-called plume of contaminated groundwater was spreading.
The plume had moved, it was heading my direction, and I couldn't believe it.
This is the sort of the outline of the plume as it's been described.
This is Des Bell, the PG&E executive in charge of the cleanup in Hinckley. We sat down with him last week.
So do you believe that PG&E's actions have actually caused health problems for people in Hinckley?
No one in Hinckley is drinking water that doesn't meet the state water quality standard, but we certainly have an environmental groundwater cleanup issue to deal with.
So, yes or no? People are sick because of the water in Hinckley.
I am not a medical professional, so as I said earlier, I can't draw a direct link between people being sick and the water they were drinking. Our commitment is to stay there and do the right thing and get it done right.
But such words are of little comfort to Roberta Walker, who says she's heard it all before from PG&E.
You've had the water tested up here.
Right now it's tested at 1.9.
PG&E would say that's a safe level.
Yes.
But you don't buy it.
No. If someone was to give you a pinch of arsenic and say, this isn't going to kill you, and it's not going to kill you right now, but if you take this pinch every single day, yeah, it's going to have an effect on your health. Okay, so here's our bottled water.
Walker gets bottled water from PG&E, as do nearly 250 households within a mile of the known pollution zone. So does the local school, even though PG&E says they're testing at a safe level.
Why didn't PG&E just go in and clean it up? Why are we still here talking about this?
Well, I understand that people are questioning why is it taking so long, and frankly, I'd like to see things moving more quickly myself. We have had to go through an exhaustive process to get to a point where we've been able recently to submit a proposal with a solution to conduct the cleanup, and we want to move expeditiously, once it's approved, to implement it.
I'm confused because one of your employees said at the last water board meeting that it was going to take another 40 to 50 years to clean it up.
Mm-hmm.
You do appreciate that when you say we're going to move expeditiously, that there's a lot of raised eyebrows in Hinckley.
Well, again, I understand the concern around why is it taking so long.
Amber Baca was just a kid when the movie came out, but now she has a family and problems of her own.
PG&E came out to test the water. We were kind of like, what's going on? What's wrong? And they said, oh no, your water's fine. You have nothing to worry about. It won't move this far.
Do you feel betrayed by PG&E?
They lied and they tried to cover it up instead of just telling us, we want to buy your property before our family got sick.
PG&E says their purchase program has recently expanded to accommodate people like Amber who are scared. But Amber says she still worries. Her daughter has nosebleeds, just like she did growing up in Hinckley.
Good boy.
And her son gets rashes and has diabetes. Amber tells us she had a miscarriage and has cysts on her ovaries, problems she attributes to the water.
It's too late for us. They're working to clean up the water, but it's too late for my family and for my son.
There's a very fundamental, basic value system that I think America was built upon, and that's mutual respect, honor, integrity, and concern for our environment and the right to clean water. And we have moved away from it.
There are going to be a lot of people who listen to you and say, we need jobs. Don't start battering down business. If you do this, you're going to hurt this country even more.
Of course we need jobs. There's an opportunity here to create jobs in science, in technology, in developing new ways to dispose of our waste. You can put people to work. That's bringing back America.
Dale